numbers just speak for themselves, or is there some kind of other motive for the filing at this time, Joey?
No correlation at all, Mike. You kidding? I'm being sarcastic, obviously.
That's $100 million each fight.
I would think close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a mother. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., who once earned more than $1 billion during his career, is now reportedly dealing with serious financial trouble, according to surprising new reports from CNN. Despite showing off private jets, luxury homes, and expensive watches, insiders say his heavy spending, unsuccessful business moves, and growing legal costs have hurt him badly. Some sources claim he is quietly selling off assets to manage his debts, while others believe he could be heading toward filing for bankruptcy.
Everything ends up this way. Well, everything does end up this way because people are surrounded by other people who make 10%, 20%, 5% on what the other guy brings home. So people are incentivized to push people to keep scaling and keep going and all eat when you eat. But I think it's very important for people to stand up and say, you know what? I don't think this thing needs to be that big. I don't think the valuation needs to get.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. was once at the very top of sports wealth, reportedly earning over $1 billion from fights, endorsements, and public appearances, but that fortune didn't last the way many expected. Instead of focusing on smart investments or long-term stability, he spent freely as if the money would never stop coming. His lifestyle was filled with extreme luxury, from gold-covered jets to collections of high-end supercars, all part of an image built around being the richest and most flashy name in sports. Over time, the focus on showing wealth took priority over managing it wisely, and now those same habits that helped build his money reputation are being blamed for pushing him towards serious financial trouble.
He's up there, bro. He's probably got to be at least $400 million. I mean, some of the purses from his fights are like $100 million each fight.
I would think
shit.
Close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry. Have you seen like videos of his jewelry?
Yeah, some crazy. Let me see. Let me see what his net worth is. Mayweather net worth.
Them Googles be lying though. Huh?
They be lying. You think?
I think so. It's probably not accurate. I mean,
let's see what they say. Exactly what you said. It says an estimated $450 million.
Yeah.
Richest boxer in the world. It's a lot of money.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. grabbed attention not only for his undefeated record, but also for the massive money he earned from his fights, including a bout with Manny Pacquiao that reportedly brought in over $200 million and an exhibition with Conor McGregor that generated similar earnings. He was often labeled the highest paid athlete in the world, but instead of using that income to build lasting wealth, he spent it freely on an extravagant lifestyle. Over-the-top parties, private jets for his crew, and million-dollar gambling sessions became a regular part of how he lived.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment is watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s financial issues go beyond heavy spending, as his name has repeatedly appeared in legal disputes linked to questionable business ventures. At one point, he was involved in a class action lawsuit connected to a cryptocurrency project that critics described as a pump and dump. Although the case was eventually dismissed, it raised concerns about his tendency to get involved in hype-driven deals without careful oversight. The situation worsened when he faced another lawsuit, this time over claims that he ordered his bodyguard to assault someone, with the alleged victim seeking more than $3 million in damages. These ongoing legal battles further highlight a pattern of risky and impulsive financial decisions.
How do you explain all that? How did that happen in your life?
Well, things happen. I had 3 children with a young lady. we wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, in my children's life.
Joe Rogan, known for speaking his mind, publicly criticized Floyd Mayweather Jr. for what he described as a careless attitude toward tax responsibilities, stressing that no level of wealth can shield someone from serious consequences if they fail to meet obligations with the Internal Revenue Service. Rogan explained that many wealthy individuals have faced major setbacks after ignoring taxes, and he suggested that Mayweather's flashy and over-the-top lifestyle could be hiding deeper financial problems beneath the surface. He also pointed out that the path Mayweather appears to be on is not unique, as similar patterns have caused trouble for others in the past.
I owe that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to
it's
pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell those.
Mike Tyson once made hundreds of millions at the height of his boxing career, but eventually filed for bankruptcy after years of uncontrolled spending, owning everything from pet tigers to luxury mansions, and even a gold bathtub. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr. appears to be moving down a similar path, showing off his cars, jewelry, and expensive homes just like Tyson once did. While the lifestyle looks impressive on the surface, there are growing signs that behind the scenes, his financial situation may not be as stable as it seems.
It's your main man, Made Man, back at it again, and y'all know how I get down over here. We talking boxing. Now, I am fresh off watching episode 1 of the All Access of the upcoming fight between Floyd Money Mayweather and Marcos Maidana. Now, a lot of people may have gotten a lot of things from watching that episode. It was real flamboyant. We seen Floyd Mayweather tossing his money around as always, talking about the Miss Jackson situation. We seen Marcos Maidana looking focused, more so focused on his baby and everything. So those are a lot of the minor takeaways. But my major takeaway from this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is I was quickly hit with a emotion of nostalgia, you know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada, 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 it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality, you know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. They start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era, ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching this sport of boxing. No one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like. Get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap. We can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great without a doubt. And I understand the argument for those who may even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a great boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves the sport, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact remains.
Ironically, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has often talked about smart money moves, even mentioning a buy low, sell high strategy when it comes to his real estate investments. But his actions don't always match his words. No one doubts his greatness in the ring, where his defense, timing, and fight IQ secured his place as one of the best boxers ever, finishing his career undefeated, a rare achievement in any sport. However, success in boxing doesn't automatically mean success with money. And while he showed focus and discipline during fights, his decisions outside the ring seem far more impulsive and less controlled.
People hate consistency when it comes to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example. I'm going to just take boxing, for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
yes,
he became the villain.
Yes.
And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose.
Right.
That's it. Yes. He became the villain.
Even Jeff Mayweather, the uncle of Floyd Mayweather Jr., has openly questioned his financial choices, admitting in a candid interview that he no longer understands Floyd's unpredictable behavior, especially when it comes to his scattered investment decisions. According to Jeff, Floyd often jumps into business deals without a clear plan, appearing to be driven more by ego than careful thinking, and his bold claims about real estate investments have raised concerns among experts who know just how risky those markets can be.
I have no idea. I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily see Floyd very much, so we don't really get a chance to talk very much. And so I don't really know what's going on. I know he's doing things that, to better his life, like, buying homes and buying, different things. And so, I don't know exactly what he's doing. So, I haven't seen him in quite some time. And I haven't heard about him talking about doing any more exhibitions. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, I don't know. But I haven't heard anything.
I know the KSI's team would be happy to make their fight with him.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s issues with the Internal Revenue Service have raised serious concerns, as reports suggest federal authorities once urged him to sell assets and settle his tax debts, a warning that should never be taken lightly. When the IRS moves toward asset seizures, it usually points to significant financial mismanagement, and ignoring such pressure can quickly make things worse. Instead of addressing the problem early, Floyd's failure to deal with his tax obligations head-on appears to have deepened the situation even further.
I'm at least like fact reporting. You've guys all seen the headline saying Mayweather needs money, Mayweather has problems, Mayweather needs Conor McGregor. Well, the truth couldn't be further. Let me tell you, Floyd Mayweather just posted this on his Instagram, and I know it's true because anyone who was around Floyd Mayweather back after the Pacquiao fight in 2015 saw Mayweather with the $26 million paycheck for the IRS. And this is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country. While everyone is counting my money and assuming the worst, these are the facts. Uncle Sam received $26 million from me in 2015. What else could they possibly want? I'm sure I would have been notified much sooner if there were any real discrepancies, right? Bottom line, everybody just wants to be part of the Money May show, including the IRS. That's fine. You can crunch numbers all day, but in the end, my empire is rock solid and intact. Now calculate that. Hashtag TMT, hashtag Floyd Mayweather, hashtag TBE.
Eventually, Floyd Mayweather Jr. responded to the tax rumors by saying he had paid millions to the Internal Revenue Service. But instead of clearing things up, the announcement only created more doubt. People began to question whether that was the full amount he owed, and whether the payment came too late to fix the situation. The timing made it seem less like full transparency and more like an attempt to control the narrative, with some critics suggesting it was a public relations move meant to quiet the growing speculation.
To them by showing on Instagram $26 million, a payment he made to the IRS. By the way, nothing makes your tax payment look shadier than when you're just holding up cash.
Right.
That's not a good look for the IRS. But he showed his actual, I mean, 26 million.
They just pay him. Like, I don't know why, like, he's mad at the media. It's like, oh, you guys are making things up. No, it's leaked that you asked to pay after this fight. Like, you make all this money. If I was Mayweather, not only would I pay them on time, the IRS, I'd tip them. I'd be like, hey, here's what I owe you. Here's a little bit. Get your woman something nice, all right? How was Christmas for your kids? Oh, you're Jewish? Convert just for this Christmas. Here, take care.
Despite growing lawsuits and financial concerns, Floyd Mayweather Jr. recently claimed he invested millions of his own money into real estate, saying he bought buildings in Manhattan without any partners involved. But many critics are skeptical about how realistic that claim is. Given the timing and the large scale of the deal, it has raised doubts, especially with ongoing questions about his overall financial situation, leading some to believe the statement may be exaggerated or not fully accurate.
Within $2 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion.
Instead of building trust, the statement has only added to the doubts surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr. As if true, it points to risky overextension rather than smart financial planning. His ongoing obsession with luxury cars, designer watches, and expensive jewelry appears to be one of his biggest weaknesses, fueling a lifestyle that may no longer be sustainable. According to insiders, his spending continues to exceed his income month after month, making the situation hard to justify, especially when those high-end purchases also come with significant tax burdens that only make things worse.
Floyd Mayweather is about to pay $2 billion to purchase a sports team and may never have to pay taxes again. The tax code offers these super wealthy so many methods to erase their income through deductions, and none is better than purchasing a sports team. Buying a sports team is like buying a unicorn real estate property. The value is always going to go up, the owner is going to make money, but on their tax return, they're going to use a strategy to report that they're losing money. See, the owner is actually allowed to write off the entire cost of the sports team against future income. This will allow Floyd to pay less in taxes. It's called amortization, which is very similar to depreciation. But if Floyd ever decides to sell the team, then the taxes will be owed. Who cares then? Because the taxes he was supposed to pay during those years, he's going to take that money, reinvest it for personal profit. See you, Floyd. Hit your boy up if you need help with taxes. My name is Duke, and I make taxes very easy to understand. Give me a follow to stay educated.
Nothing highlights Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s love for attention more than his recent trip to Mexico in an armored tank, a move that stood out even for someone known for extreme luxury, as most people in his position would choose private jets or high-end SUVs. The stunt seemed less about practicality and more about grabbing headlines, creating buzz online, but also raising concerns about how disconnected he may be from financial reality. While these moments keep him in the spotlight, they also suggest a pattern of prioritizing attention over smart decision-making.
They got Floyd Mayweather, like...
Well, I don't say kidnapped, but you know, you got your passport taken. You can't come and leave when you want to go, but he ain't in jail, so
okay.
He's out at a 6-star hotel being Floyd, so I guess it ain't that bad, but we'll see. We're going to watch and see like everybody else.
That's crazy. I mean, when you think of Money Mayweather, you thinking like Floyd may have like $1 billion or something.
He did. He made $1 billion plus. Floyd made a lot of money. And I don't really know Floyd's business, so I'm not going to speak on Floyd's business, but Floyd's very, very, as the world knows, he's money made, very flashy. Look, man, you know, we both made some real money, but you know, you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
Shit, he probably spending way more than that.
No, I'm talking regular dudes.
I see what
we
you're
say
saying.
we make $3 million, we burning through 100,000 a month. We really don't got no paper like that saved
that's
up.
a fact.
So even if he's making 100 million, if he's burning through 5, 6, 7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but you know, me and you, we real. We never count nobody's paper. So
not at all.
I hope he got 10 billion. And I hope he get out of his problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out. Like whatever the tab is, you know, he should be able to wire that.
Yeah, I think he could do that with no problem. I think he got all the money in the world. I think they may not want it.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s watch collection, reportedly worth millions, is yet another sign of his constant need to show off wealth, with social media filled with images of diamond-covered timepieces lined up one after another, each more flashy than the last. While fans may be impressed by the luxury and style, financial experts often view it differently, seeing it as unnecessary spending since most of these watches lose value over time rather than gaining it, meaning they start depreciating the moment they are purchased.
I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. Right here, I got 3 cases, and they're all full of watches. So when I travel, I like to take, you know, if I'm going for 45 days, I like to take 45 watches with me. I like to have options. So everybody's always asking me, what's your favorite watch? Well, one of my favorite watch brands is Avi & Co. As you can see right here, I got this a few months back, and it's one of my favorite watches. One of the best brands in the world. That's just my personal opinion. I like the brand so much, I went and bought another watch just yesterday, Avi & Co. As you can see, Avi & Co. Now, let's talk about watches, let's talk about jewelry, let's talk about a few things. I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. So we'll set this to the side. Now, we want to give the people an appetizer or something light. So we give you 2 appetizers, then we give you a main course. Just a few watches that I got while I travel. So check this out. We're gonna go here first. And of course, the company is Avi & Co. Crazy company. Now, I need you guys to come closer and check this out. So let me come to you guys.
When it comes to business, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has built a reputation that raises as many concerns as his spending habits, often prioritizing quick profits over long-term credibility and getting involved in ventures surrounded by controversy. From questionable crypto promotions to unsuccessful business deals, his track record reflects a pattern of impulsive choices rather than careful planning. True financial stability depends on discipline, strong ethics, and a clear strategy, qualities he has not consistently shown. And as concerns about his money management continue to grow, so does the belief that his financial empire may be falling apart. If he doesn't make serious changes soon, he risks being remembered not just as a legendary boxer, but as someone who earned a fortune and ultimately lost it.
Yeah. I think it was like a $5 or $8 million 5-fight deal or something like that. You have to check the numbers, but he turned that down to start his own promotion. And when he was with HBO, he worked out that deal to do the 24/7 where you can see the behind the scenes. That was right around the time when reality TV was getting big. So you didn't have social media then. People began to build and know Floyd off of the 24/7. I can tell you right now, my wife even became a boxing fan from watching the 24/7s. So the timing of him becoming his own boss, which you're going to make the majority.
That's all for today. Stay tuned for more.